what it means to our future. Everything from our representatives and senators to the governor, and most importantly, you. I love it when you call. We need your opinion, and we need to keep at this together, friends. We've got a fight ahead of us. Let's do it here on AM 950, Progressive Voice of Minnesota.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night?
Hey, welcome back to Dick Pagitt Radio. Bumper music brought to you by Love 105. It's just, it's full of it. Hand selected for this day, our little afternoon delight, our little conversation of religion, chocolate, and things of interest. and so today's full of it. Joined in studio by the sidekick, the rabbi, and the prognosticator. Am I saying that word right?
Prognosticator.
Prognosticator.
I'm like kind of the Jimmy the Greek of religion.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Jimmy the Greek. All right,
Remember,
Tony Jones.
Jimmy the Greek?
I do.
Oh, I totally do.
Of blessed thought.
PhD Tony Jones gives us guesses, and the judges got together during the break and are willing to give him 4 out of 5. 4 dingers. 4 dingers.
Extra ding.
4 dingers out of the 5 guesses from in the 2011 news story. So here it is. These are the guesses for what the big news stories are going to be in 2012, according to the good doctor, Tony Jones.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Billy Graham will die.
Oh, jeez. So dark.
Boy,
that's goes dark.
Picking the low-hanging fruit.
He just goes dark right off the bat.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we could do a religion death pool
Is that
on the radio
because-
show, which wouldn't be bad, actually.
Moving right along.
On what day he's going to die?
Just saying,
All
that
right.
will be a big news story.
will.
You know you're in trouble when the rabbi wants to move off the death of Billy Graham story.
And then who is it? Like, it's going to be, then the news story is going to be, who's America's pastor now?
Oh,
and
boy.
da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, the state of Minnesota will defeat the marriage amendment defining marriage as between a man and a woman.
Okay.
We'll be the first.
That's a big news.
Out of
big news
32
story.
states, we'll be the first to defeat a marriage amendment.
And by the way, just throwing it out, the Archbishop had introduced a prayer to be read in all Catholic masses today. And
I blogged about it yesterday.
Normally we save the cripes, come on, you got to be kidding me, for more lighthearted things to tap into that. But that really earns the cripes, come on, you got to be kidding me.
It's interesting that he would have to pray to God to remind God what God's plan for marriage is.
Yeah, and to remind
it's
people.
a speech before God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's really unbelievable.
else.
Okay.
Right, so number 3 story.
The Presbyterian Church USA will split.
Oh. PC USA splits.
They have their big confab this summer, and they're already moving. You know, there's a group that wants to break away, and I think at those national gatherings, a General Assembly in their world is what it's called. Those tend to be touch points for when the breaks happen. So the big divorce is coming for Presbyterians. That's a prediction.
All right, so Billy Graham's going to die. Minnesota's going to defeat the proposed marriage amendment.
Okay.
PCUSA is going to split. Number 4.
Tim Tebow will win the Super Bowl. And the Tebowing phenomenon will go absolutely, totally viral.
Really?
Like, it's already viral now, but Tebow will do with the Tebow where he kneels and points heavenward during the Super Bowl when he wins it in, like, on a last-second Hail Mary pass or something.
Yeah.
And it will just, like, him and his faith and his politics and everything will just blow up.
Explode.
Okay?
Now, shouldn't he point into his heart as a Jesus believer?
That's not it. We don't have time. I don't.
All right, number 5.
I want to give you the buzzer for that one already.
All right, already. And it's because you don't think the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl? Is that what this is all about?
No.
Okay, here we go.
And finally,
number 5.
I think it's just general hatred of religion. And
I think that Mitt Romney will be the Republican presidential candidate, and so the conversation around what do Mormons really believe, anti-Mormon bigotry, and his own commitment to the Mormon Church will become a huge story in 2012.
All right, so Tony Jones says that Billy Graham will take his last, that the Minnesota will defeat the marriage amendment, that the PCUSA is finally going to do what they've been promising to do for a while, and split up. Tim Tebow is going to explode, and Mormonism is going to become a big news story because Mitt Romney is going to be the candidate, and people are going to have to start talking about it.
Yeah.
That's Tony Jones. He has a PhD for a reason, folks, and he was
Yeah.
4 out of 5 last year. You're going to find out that he's he's just that good.
Yeah.
Just that good. And joined in the in studio here by our Rabbi, Rabbi Joseph Edelheit. Hey, Rabbi.
Hey, Doug.
How are you?
How are you?
Hey, happy almost Hanukkah.
Thank you. Starts Tuesday night.
It does. Talk to us about Hanukkah, because Hanukkah is one of all the Jewish holidays are those movable dates, but people always get confused as to when Hanukkah was. I was talking to a Jewish friend of mine just on Friday, and he said something about Hanukkah, and I said, well, when does it start? He said, sometime soon.
Yes.
So when is it? What are the dates, and how does it run?
We are guests, as it were, in the dominant Gregorian calendar.
Love it.
We have to fit our festival calendar in your calendar. So it begins on the 25th of Kislev.
Is there some
you. I do wanna-
rent involved with that?
I do
or-
want to refer to it as my calendar.
So begins Tuesday night.
It begins
And
Tuesday night. Well, how is it set? Is it
It is-
a lunar?
Yes,
lunar-based
it's
calendar?
Jews have historically followed a lunar monthly calendar with solar seasonal festivals.
All right.
Please don't ask me how this works. The first major schism in religion, Presbyterians were not first, is over the calendar, the biblical early rabbinic calendar. And all I can tell you is we Jews still need to add a whole second month of Adar. In order, when we have a leap year, we don't do one day. We do a whole second whole month,
Really?
7 times irregularly in a 19-year cycle, in order to keep the lunar days, lunar months, solar
I see.
seasons working. So,
Because sometimes Hanukkah corresponds with Christmas
well,
dates, and
this
sometimes
will
it doesn't.
overlap. It will go
This
from
year.
the 20th to the 28th, and so during that period is Christmas.
And that confuses people who know their Christmas, who know a bit of their Jewish story and a bit of their Christian
Right.
story, that Easter,
Right.
because Easter's hooked to Passover,
Right.
there's always a connection there.
And Easter and Passover are necessary religious lock-ins. Can't have Easter without Passover.
All right.
Hanukkah has nothing to do with Christmas. Should never even be compared in the same sentence, paragraph. Christmas means the celebration of the birth of the Messiah, Mas Christos.
Yes.
Okay? Hanukkah is a minor, completely non-biblical military commemorative day.
Really? Okay. Now, after the break, I want you to tell us again the story of Hanukkah, Rabbi.
I will.
We want to hear it because
Do
a
I
lot
have
of
to
people
spin
don't.
like a dreidel too?
Yeah, would you? Because if you could, check the camera feed, folks, to see
Okay.
see our spinning rabbi. Yeah. So I think that would be very interesting to be caught up to date. And then how do Jews practice this celebration in our?
Do I have 30
You do.
seconds to add a commentary on the Jones
Oh yes, please.
prophecies?
Yes.
Okay. I think the last issue is the key issue, Mormonism, because it's going to be the tipping point on increased religious nativism. This idea that Mormons are a cult comes out of the same group that is worried about Sharia law, comes out of the same group that wants the motto "In God We Trust," but not the God of the Muslims on the TLC channel. So Lowe's doesn't want to take your money.
Fantastic. That's the Rabbi. Stick with us. He's going to be with us after the break, talking about Rabbi on AM 950 and DougBadgerRadio.com.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten? No, it should be remembered. This